Hola amigos, hello friends. Quería darte una lección extra en el capítulo 1. I wanted to give you guys an extra lesson in chapter 1, looking back through the channel and through what we've learned so far and reviewing with my students. I noticed that there were a couple things that I'd like to add to the channel that I didn't really discuss. One about questions and answers, and the other about adjectives. So this video will be about both. You can see that I picked this video up here at the same spot where we stopped on our adjective discussion. You can see that I have some adjectives here on the left side of the chart and their definitions, and we're going to use these for our discussion today. In fact, we're going to go ahead and stick with one of the sentences we use for adjectives. So we finished out talking about how this sentence saying the dog is soft would look differently if it was a girl dog and differently if it's multiple dogs here. And so we're going to go back with the male singular version, which was el perro es suave. And let me get this to fit on the screen for you. Sweet. So now that we've got that, what I want to show you is some differences between English and how we use adjectives and what you'll see differently in other languages. To my understanding, the majority of Romance Latin-based languages are going to follow the rule that I'm going to teach you here. And English, has a couple extra steps that makes it a little tougher when it comes to learning a new language like Spanish. So let me show you here. If I wanted to say the dog is soft, this would be el perro es suave. And where things get different from English to Spanish is if I want to continue talking about this dog. So if I say the dog is soft, and maybe I want to keep talking about that same dog, and I say the soft dog is lazy. Notice that where I put my adjective soft now precedes this noun dog, while in the original sentence it came afterwards. So it's something about English that when we are talking about something that we've already described, that this word soft almost becomes part of the noun. So it's not just a dog anymore, it's a soft dog. This is going to be something that's a little different in Spanish and in other languages, and it's important to understand this because it helps you keep your nouns matched with the adjectives that you choose for them. So here, when I'm talking about the dog is soft, if I want to continue talking about the soft dog, it's el perro suave. So please notice that in English, we didn't just take away this word is. What we did is we moved it in front of the noun. Moving our adjective based on how we're using it in the sentence is something, to my understanding, that only happens in English. While here, when I said the dog is soft and I wanted to keep talking about the dog, all I've got to do is take out is, and I have not el perro es suave, but el perro suave. So to continue talking about this dog and say it is lazy, I would now say es perezoso. This helps because having to choose perezoso, I know it needs to match perro. So if I choose perro first, it makes it a lot easier to choose perezoso to match it here. While if I had perra, then I would want perezosa here. So we're going to have our adjectives last. Let me have you try this. We're going to try and say the boy is hard working. What you will get for that is el muchacho es ambicioso. Now, if we want to continue talking about this hardworking boy and say that he is fast, then I would say, notice that the hardworking boy, hardworking has changed into a different place in our sentence. And now I can add in another adjective here, is fast. In Spanish, this will not happen. I'm just going to take away es, and I now have el muchacho ambicioso es rápido. Very good. All right, guys, I hope this adds a little bit of clarity to adjectives. I'm going to continue on in this video and maybe split it apart to talking a little bit about an activity we did with questions and answers. So when we're working with questions and answers, I want us to think about a few sentences that we used in class. The first one was ¿Quién son los niños? I forgot here on the videos we're saying muchachos. We do want a question mark and an accent over this E. We're going to try como soy. Hopefully it will help me out here. ¿Quiénes? And we're going to say como son las clases. We use a donde one in class where we said donde and we use ser with that. I'm not going to do it on this video. I know that some of the teachers don't want to use ser with donde. It should be estar, and I don't want to confuse you for now. So we'll just keep going with these three. So what we want to do is look at these questions and understand how to answer them. And so I like to teach this two different ways in class. One way is we will do just like this and see how well we can do at answering the questions. The other way is we write some sentences and we think, well, what question might someone have asked in order to get this answer? And we work backwards. In doing that, you'll be able to see the pattern of how a question relates to its answer and how to answer a question based on questions that we already saw answered just writing sentences. So let's try these here. ¿Quiénes son los muchachos? Would say who all, are the boys. Como soy actually asks how am I? Now I'm not asking how am I doing today, I'm asking what type of person I am. So I'm going to describe myself with adjectives like tall, funny, fast, hardworking, lazy. And here the same thing with como son las clases, or how are the classes. So not good or bad. Again, easy, difficult, boring, fun, interesting. Those are the type of things we want to say here. So if we look at this question that says, ¿Quiénes son los muchachos? Who are the boys? Notice that this is already conjugated for the boys. So in order to answer the question, who are the boys? We're going to say the boys are. Where can you see how to say the boys? You can look right here. How do we figure out which verb matches the boys? Well, you can look right here. And that's the first part of your sentence when you're answering who are the boys. So I would say los muchachos. And look, Google even knows to say son here. Now, since the question I'm asking you is who, now we're going to need to say who they actually are. So maybe we could say Taylor and Emmerich. And that would be a good answer for who are the boys. All right, I've organized this a little better for you. So originally we went from who are the boys, ¿Quiénes son los muchachos, to answering by saying los muchachos son Taylor and Emmerich. And in the second part of this activity, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a sentence like the boys are Taylor and Emmerich, and we're going to take that and think, well, what would someone have asked us in order to get that sentence? And again, that answer would be ¿Quiénes son los muchachos? So we're going to go to how am I? This one will work a little different than our third and sixth person conjugation. So when I say how am I, what do I need for you to answer? I need you to tell me about you. So if I say how am I, then you would answer by saying, Senor Williams, you are whatever. So notice that we have soy. That means in our answer, we need eres. So what we want to say is you. How do we say you? Tú. And if you know you don't actually need this, it is great to start with tú in the first chapter. Eres alto, joven, inteligente. Why, thanks. Those are all nice things to say. And here it's going to put the accent on the you that we needed. Thank you. I'm going to make this a little smaller so it fits better. And we're going to try one more. All right, the last one is how are the classes? ¿Cómo son las clases? Notice that we have las clases, we have son already in here, so we're going to need both of those in our answer. So we would start by saying the classes. Here's the classes. Las clases are, that's son, and then I need adjectives here, like we used to describe myself, where you're going to say aburrido or divertido, largo or corto. So now I have the classes are long, are boring, fun, long, or short. And notice how all of these aburridas, divertidas, largas, and cortas all match las. All right, to continue on, Add another row down here. We're going to go ahead and try a few sentences now. We're going to say something like, los alumnos son de Ecuador. Here we're going to say, tú eres un amigo bueno. Here we will say, las clases son divertidos porque los profesores son divertidos. And I made that mistake again where I actually want divertidas. So we've got three distinct sentences here. We're going to go from the sentences to what would make us say something like this. And the first one says the students are from Ecuador. So I'll probably ask, where are the students from? So in Spanish, this will look like de donde son los alumnos. And remember, our pattern for our question words is question word, verb, and then the subject here. So if I ask you de donde son los alumnos, your answers would be los alumnos son de Ecuador or Carolina del Norte or de Puerto Rico or Mexico. And because we need a place to answer donde. All right. When we have tú eres un amigo bueno, what we want to say here, we're going to figure out what I could have asked. So, I think having amigo in here makes it a little difficult. So we're going to change this to tú eres un alumno bueno en ciencias. And this will be a little bit easier to understand. So what I'm saying is you are a good student in science. Our question was probably, how are you in science? So our answer here, our question, what this will look like in Spanish, is ¿Cómo eres en la clase de ciencias? In my class, if you just said ciencias, that works great. This is in. All right, last one, friends. We're going to have las clases son divertidas porque los profesores son divertidos. The classes are fun because the teachers are fun. So this probably says, why are the classes fun? Porque son, question word, verb. Why are they fun? Divertidas. Now, instead of why are they fun, we're going to add in our subject, which were the classes. Las clases. You guys, this takes practice. It takes reading. And I know if you guys continue it, you can do really, really well with this. I hope this helps you prepare for your tests and quizzes in Chapter 1. And I hope you guys are ready to start Chapter 2 soon. Adios.